Hey guys, Zitaewon Sammy here. How's everyone doing? Gangnam Sammy, King of Gangnam, coming to you live, full effect, living life. I hope everyone's doing really well right now because life is plodding along. Life is doing well. Just finished up the 5-day holiday, Harvest Moon Festival, Chuseok, Korean Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. End of summer. It's the end of summer. What a summer it was. Let me look at my calendar and see the last time I went out. I'm pretty sure the last time I went out was June for dinner with a friend. Let's see here. more in-home. Okay, so they provided these programs at the homes for the families and the kids. It's more lucrative, it's more profitable, but yeah, the margins are really thin because you have to expand it. You have to get more teachers and pay them a little bit more because they're traveling a lot. So what idea I had, and I presented it to the CEO. Now, I take care of the HR for the company. I still do that even today, even though I'm not working for them full time. I do all the HR because it's online, and it's very easy for me to do that. But what I thought was, listen, you get this content that you have to create. So you have to create content like the story and the lesson plan to give to the teachers. Then you have to buy the materials and then manufacture them, like put them together, put them in a bag, and get them ready to present to the parents. It's a 12-week course, so there's a book, there's materials, there's crafts, there's like all sorts of stuff in the box or in the bag for 12 weeks. So that has to all be prepared. It takes a long time, and it's manually, majorly intensive. So I came to my CEO with two plans. One, let's outsource the content creation. We can go online. There's tons of websites, Fiverr, Upwork, all of these things, where you can hire a freelancer to create the content at a much cheaper price and faster than what we're doing right now. And even if the quality is not there, we can take the time to edit it to make it a little bit better, and it doesn't take as long. And English speakers, because we don't have native English speakers in our company. I'm the only one. The other ones are speak English, but as a second language. So sometimes it's not 100%, right? So we need to make it perfect. Then we were thinking about this about 3 or 4 years ago, is to outsource the labor and purchasing. It didn't 100% work out at that time because we were smaller. But now that we're bigger and COVID is ending and it's going to explode, we have thought that let's send this over to Sri Lanka, which is where I am from, where the labor is much cheaper, and even if the cost of purchasing the materials is the same, the cost of labor is 10% of what it costs here. The cost of labor here in Korea for 1 month is about 5 million won, $5,000 for 2 or 3 people to bag all of these bags that need to be put together. You have to take one of each, like assembly line, right? But it can't be done by machine or anything. It has to be done by hand. It could be done by machine, but we don't have the volume to do that yet. So I calculated the labor costs in Sri Lanka, and to hire 4 people to work 1 month to do the entire year's worth of bagging would cost 200,000 won, $200. 10% cell phone, internet, all of that stuff that I'm using in the office, which is my home. Miscellaneous expenses is only I'm going to have to pay for is my entertainment, food, and travel. So that is something I'm going to have to investigate. We're going to do a test in October or November. Right now, Sri Lanka is a little bit still under lockdown. There's really nothing you can do. So over the course of the next 2 or 3 months, by December, I'm going to have to make a decision because I'll have to notify my jobs. One job, and so the reason we're deciding like March is because that's when my contract ends, February. My apartment, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with my apartment. Very easy. I'll keep it for the first month or so just to see what goes on, but the contract expires March, April, May, June. 3 months, 4 months expires. So not a big deal to keep the apartment, or just rent it out to sublease it to somebody, or talk to my landlord. They're really, really cool. If I can find somebody else to take over a new contract, then just, give it to the, pay the realtor fee, and that's it. What else? The cell phone, that's going to be a big deal because I just bought a cell phone, so I'm going to be hit with a huge cost there to, maybe $1,000 because I just started with the new Fold. So I was on a 2-year contract. Selling my stuff, it's not going to be a big deal. Most of it is old, so get rid of it. Just the new stuff, I'll give that away to friends. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. A little stressed, a little nervous. I was talking about that crypto. That's kind of gone into the backside because the game has changed and it's a little harder now to earn money. But I'm going to stick with it because it's a few extra bucks here and there. And like I said, living in Sri Lanka is so cheap. And the game only takes a couple of hours a day. Not much, to worry about there. I think it's just going to be the startup costs. So between now and December, I'll have enough cash to have startup costs for me. Obviously, my company will support a little bit of it. My flight ticket is cheap because I have a deal with my company to pay for my flight ticket. So I don't think it's going to be that difficult to spend a year doing this. And like I said, if it doesn't work out, I just come back to Korea. I have to come back in 2023 by June to renew my visa. I have to figure out visa stuff too because of my permanent residence. I have to figure out how long I can stay out of the country without coming back in. My visa expires in June of 2023, so I have till then to figure out what to do. So there's a few bureaucratic things I gotta figure out. Now I don't know if I reminded you, I'm a Sri Lankan citizen, so it's very easy for me to set up a business there. In the beginning, we're probably just gonna run it like just a cash business, not worry too much about those stuff until we decide, we're going to go forward and then set up the business. So basically the idea is we're going to manufacture, I don't have a sample here, sorry. It's a bag of like 12 weeks of material, a book, coloring, stickers and things like that, and 12 arts and craft projects. All fits in a little bag like this, okay, like this. And we have to manufacture about 400 or 500 every 3 months, which takes like 2 weeks to do, right? Thing is, they have to be shipped to Korea. Now, by air, that's where the logistics will come into play. How much is the cost, the weight, the size? And as it gets bigger, then we're going to have to figure out, how to maximize that margin and reduce costs. Because when you start shipping 1,000 units, then it gets you can't do it by air, and we don't know how many units we need to build until just in time, right? So it can't be by ship. I was always thinking like we'll do by shipping, but it doesn't work like that. And then I have to source all of the materials in Sri Lanka. So that's where my family will come into play, or hiring somebody, a young person, to help me out with that sourcing. Because even though I'm a citizen, I'm not a resident. I haven't lived there. I don't know where everything is. Those things have to be helped out. So it's very exciting. It's very positive news. We'll keep you updated as what's going on. Hope everyone is happy, healthy, and safe. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watching, liking, and sharing. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep your face covered. Get vaccinated. Itaewon Sammy, King of Gangnam, Gangnam Sammy. I'm out.